think there's a few things I learned. First one is I always use these grid lines, you know, in the camera. If you look on the screen, you have like the grid lines, you know,
Right.
like,
Yes.
so I basically try to keep the subject always like between the two middle lines.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I also like if the subject is moving, let's say he's moving this one from here to here, right? So what I always try to do is just to get this flow together, right? So if I hold the camera like this, so that we move it together, that he's not like this and I'm like this, you know, makes no sense.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, let's do it like together first. And yeah, and then you know the speed he's doing it and how you move your camera. And what I also learned that's from Peter Lindgren, that don't hold your camera like this, just hold it like a steering wheel.
Oh,
like
Right.
right.
Because if you hold it like this, you create a lot of movement with your other hand here. It's very shaky. But if I hold it like here, I'm literally just moving forward and backwards, or like it just doesn't give you that shake. And then of course I shoot in FPS so you can slow it down so no one's gonna see. And then just use warp stabilization to just give it this last little stabilization effects.
Exactly.
But I try to don't use it as possible because obviously quality gets lost if you use it too much, or you can also see it a bit, you know, shaking and wobbling. But yeah, I think that's something. I think the best tip and the most important thing is just to know what kind of speed and movement your object or your person is moving something.
Exactly.
Especially if you're like, for example, the coffee video, I knew exactly how fast am I moving something, so I can follow. Yeah. Perfect. I think there's big magic behind it. It's just about to know what you're doing.
Right.
Once you hear certain things, you can be like, oh, okay, let's keep that in mind. I do the same thing.
Yeah. And also, do you have any specific aperture or camera setting that you prefer, or do you vary?
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't know if I should feel bad about that, but I actually always shoot in, I don't know if you can see that here. So,
yeah.
Like my aperture is mostly always on 1.4.
1.4.
Like, I don't know why, but I just love this depth of field.
Works.
And I remember my best friends back home when we were all shooting together, like commercials or hotel videos. I was always the one who had the camera with the 85 millimeter on 1.8 on a gimbal, and I was trying to follow a subject on manual focus. So obviously you have to be like really careful how fast you're moving because you're gonna lose focus so easily. And I remember them always saying, stop doing that, you're not gonna nail the shot. Remember, I most of the time always nail the shots because I was like, I want to get it crispy and, you know.
Yeah.
So I prefer doing the same shot for like 5 or 10 times and have it on this like super low aperture rather than just put it on, I don't know, 4 or something like that and have, you know, a lot of effect getting lost.
Yeah. So do you always use manual focus?
Depends. Like, for example, if I'm shooting like a B-roll sequence or something like that, I always use manual focus.
Right.
Because I don't want the focus to be hunting, you know, or just jumping around.
Yeah.
So,
also, because you said that you hold the camera like this, so you don't have the control.
Okay, yeah. If I'm, to be honest, like if I'm not focus pulling, I am holding it like this. So basically, if the bottle's here, I hold the camera here. I set the focus, right?
Yeah.
And I just move it back and forward. Or if the subject is, I try to keep that distance where it's in focus to not go any closer or further back. Yeah, of course, if I'm trying to do more movements and try to focus while moving, I hold it like this, that I can focus, of course.
Perfect. Yeah. Excellent.
Cool, man. And for your well, for the example of the coffee video, how do you light these scenes? Well, the exterior scenes. Do you light them, or do you only use practicals also for the shots inside?
So the funny thing is, for the coffee video, I didn't light anything. Like I didn't use a single light. That's just because, to be honest, I didn't even have a light, and because there wasn't even a plug or something to plug it in, and also I just love natural light. You know, if it's like overcast and it's like this diffusing light, I just love that. And sometimes you can mess up a lot if you use the wrong lighting. You know, you just have to make sure you know what you're doing. And especially if I'm moving around, especially with the coffee video, I wanted to make it, you know, look very neutral, like while doing it, rather than making like a perfect commercial or something like that. Like if you make a commercial or something like that, I would obviously put it in perfect spotlight and stuff like that. Like Austin Paul, he's insane. He's just amazing. What like if it comes to lights and nailing the shots. So that's a guy you can learn a lot from. I'm learning a lot from. But yeah, for the coffee video, I didn't use any lights. For the tattoo video, I did use lights because I wanted to, you know, create this big and scary scene. So yeah.